What's going on, guys? Alex here and welcome back to Monster Motors. So this is, I guess, episode 1 of Project Zero to Track Hero. So if you don't know, I've just recently bought this Clio 182 cup. Well, not cup, but cup pack or full fat, whatever you want to call it. It's got cup suspension and all the rest of it. So full fat is what we'll go with. So since you've last seen this, I've done a couple of little bits, nothing major, so like sun strip, tinted the headlights yellow, we've put my private plate on because the S15 has now been, well, it's got the original plate back on, it's had its full respray, it is looking amazing. I mean, I don't really want to sell it, but I kind of have to. But anyway, that's not the point. We'll do a video on the S15 another day. So yeah, today is episode 1 on this. So, well, got my name and tinted the rear lights and tinted the rear 3 windows. So today I've got quite a few bits on order, but we are going to be fitting some BC Racing coilovers. We've got the DS series for this because it's going to be mainly track car, so why not go all out and get the track ones. So we're going to be fitting those. I'll take you inside and show you them in a sec. We're just finishing out some bits on Sam's Fiesta. Once that's all put back together, we'll get the car swapped and get cracking on with this. So let's go inside and have a look at these coilovers. So in here we've got the coilovers. Just a quick look. These are the fronts. So just standard coilover really. Damper adjustable, camber adjustable, the lot. That's Sam's car. And then same again for the rears, except got the damper there, spring here. So we'll finish up with this, as funny enough we've just been swapping out the struts on this because it's on air. We've put some BC Racing coilovers on with the bag over the sleeve, or whatever it's called. So just finish that up and then we'll swap the cars and get cracking on with the Clio. So we've got the car on the ramp. Is the old setup at the back, and obviously at the front as well. It's just absolute filth. So let's set up a time lapse and get these old ones off and get the new ones on. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. So typical me fashion, forgot to record. So new strut, Ben's face and spring that side, up here as well. So they're actually damper adjustable as well, so that's all good. So over here, just taking these two out, slot them out, one up top, then that should be the strut come out, stick the new one in and send it. Happy days. Right.
He just looked at you.
So we've managed to suss out how these actually go on. So basically, these 3 Allen bolts, whatever you want to call them, if it focuses, hello, they come undone. Then you just slide in the shock from underneath, and then that sits on top. So looking at it like this, it was just confusing as hell, but we got there in the end. So this side, just need to get this shock out. This side, we're nearly in. Ben's just struggling with the bolts, but it's French, so that's expected. So hopefully in 5-10 minutes we should be at the point where everything is back on and we can give it a test run. That's the other strut out. This is absolute pure filth, but what was it? I think it was like 40 or 60 pound eBay springs on them, and the front ones and the rears, wherever they are now gone. BC is now all round. So I've set everything to hard, as I'll probably run it like that for a while just to settle the springs. I've not done anything height wise, literally just left it as it came. So bolt check everything, send her down and see what she looks like. So height wise, pretty good. Probably go up a touch because, well, I'm going to get slightly wider wheels, at least that way it gives me some clearance. But for some reason we got some spicy camber on this one, but the other one's fine. So well, I'm going to take it for an alignment, get them to sort it all out for me, and yeah, so we shall join back once the alignment's been done. So see, like this one's straightish, this one's hot boy camber. So I think it's just where the 3 Allens are up there, just depends on the positioning, that's the camber adjustment. So I'll just let them deal with it because I cannot be arsed. Right, so admittedly it has been a couple of weeks since I've fitted the coilovers. I've basically had to shield for like 4 weeks. I'm like halfway through now, but that's another matter. It's not COVID related, so nothing to worry about. Not like you can catch it from the video anyway. But it looks amazing, like so much better now that it's on the coilovers than when it was on those springs. We got a nice stance. I didn't want to go like full on hot boy, stancy boy thing because obviously this is going to be a race car. It's not going to be a stancy show car, so I'm not that fussed about hella flush, tuck in and all that stupid stuff. This is purely practical. So the back is left how it came from BC Racing. I think at the moment it's running halfway on the dampers between maximum hard and maximum soft. So I think it's like 15 clicks or 16 clicks. The front I raised a little bit because when I left it as it was scrubbing. So over little bumps you would just hear it go ch-ch-ch, and on like full lock you would hear it rubbing. So raised it up a little bit, but I think it looks pretty good. So it's had full tracking done as well, so everything is perfect, spot on as it should be. I've taken it out for a quick little drive and it feels so much better than it used to. We do need to sort out the exhaust. We tried to sort it out, well, Ben tried to sort it out while we were fitting the coilovers, but the rubber bushing this side is actually tiger sealed in. So I don't know who done that, but they tiger sealed it in a weird spot and it's just horrible. But because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the exhaust anyway, whether I'm going to change it or keep it as is, it's not top priority. We did change the left bushing as you look at it, as that was completely gone, and luckily I had some new ones anyway. So that's all sorted because the exhaust was just hanging low on the left hand side. But yeah, so that's all good. So yeah, it's loads better, because when it was just on the springs, I don't know if I said it in one of the videos, but the ride was shocking. Every single thing you went over, you just felt it. It was like there was no dampening at all, whereas at least this rides a lot better and sort of more race car-y. So I can't remember if I've actually shown in the videos, but the theme is going to be like fluorescent yellow headlights, fluorescent like name and all that stuff. There is going to be a wrap on the car. I've not done it yet, obviously, but I'm planning to potentially do that over the Christmas break. So over the Christmas break I've got loads of parts stacked up for this. So what have I got at the moment? From track car door cards, I've got front and rear door cards, front splitter, and their race version of the rear spoiler that they've done. So I've got all that to go on. I've got a half cage from JP Cages to go in. That's currently in the back of the caddy van, just storing it there because I sort of ran out of space. And I've got the steering wheel. So at the moment, they're all the bits that I've got. I do have more bits that I want to get. So obviously the buckets, the harnesses, and fire extinguisher and all that stuff. But just working at it bit by bit. But what I want to know from you guys is, when I'm doing like the track car door cards parts, do you want to see one video for each thing? So one video for doing the door cards, one video for splitter, one video for the spoiler, or do you want just all three mashed together? So I know I didn't really do that great of a job fitting the coilovers, like recording fitting the coilovers, because we sort of just jumped in and I kept forgetting to hit record, but I'm going to be doing it a lot better, so more coverage of actually fitting the stuff. So yeah, do you guys want to see a more in-depth video of how to fit each specific thing, or do you want to just see everything all at once? So obviously the roll cage will be a separate video, the steering wheel will be a separate video, as they're both quite involved, but I reckon door card, splitter and spoiler will probably be able to do in a day. So it just depends if or even just do a big long video and just break it up into sections. So yeah, let me know, but for now let's just jump in, go for a quick drive and then close up. Right, so here we go. Like I said, it's halfway between the hardest and the softest, and I think so for the track days I've seen a lot of people say they just turn it all the way up to the hardest and then driving home between the softest and halfway through the softest, but it just rides so much better. Like if this was still the standard suspension that was in it when I bought it, we would be bouncing all over the place. Right, where is the aircon in this thing, because we are steaming up. Oh, there we go. But yeah, we would be sort of bouncing all over the place. It's like less than ideal. But this is just a much nicer place to be now. And it just feels a lot more planted. I've got to sort of trust the car more in just sort of pointing and going. Jesus Christ, that's a bit. Let's turn that down a bit before you get blown away. But yeah, it's a lot more direct than it was, and I just can't wait to take it out on the track day. It is going to be great. So even just like sending it around corners, like it just feels a lot better. Obviously the other one, it was solid. Feel right, if you know what I mean. Just well, they were originally like cheap eBay springs that the previous owner bought, and you could really tell the difference between something like that and the more expensive coilovers like these. I think that the other options I was looking at was the Gaz, the KWs. So the reason I went for the BC Racing ones was because I've got them on the S15 like I mentioned, and they were great on that, so I was like, well, they're great on that, surely they'll be great on this. So a lot of people, I asked about on the forums as well, so I was like, oh, is anyone running these same coilovers? They were all like, yeah, they're great. There's you've got like all the adjustability. It was a little bit odd, like working out the adjustability on the top mounts, as I was used to like the S15 setup, where you just bolt the top mount in and then you've got the four bolts you loosen up and you can just sort of pull it backwards and forwards and there's your camber. Whereas this one, I can't remember if I've shown the top mounts, but they've got like the 3 bolts, that's